Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Today we're going to be doing axle bearings on an '06 Chevy 1500. So let's get to it. So we got this Chevy 1500 right here. We're going to be pulling the axles, redoing the bearings and the seals on them. Right there is one axle in that, and then the other axle is on the other side. But the whole problematic thing to this is you got a lot of noise coming from this bearing right here. So that's why we're going to do it. It's not too difficult. You need a couple of specialty tools as of a slide hammer and a bearing and race installer slash seal installer, and that's really about it. You need some gear oil, you need some gasket maker for the rear. So what we're going to do first is we're going to lift up the rear on a jack and put jack stands under it and remove the tires. Then we're going to drain the axle from the diff cover. Once we pop that off, we're going to have to clean it and get it ready for the new gasket maker once we get everything settled on the inside. We got to pull the brakes off. We got to pull both. I guess like I said, we got to pull the wheels off. We got to pull the brakes off. And once we do that, we got to get to the center chunk, the differential, and there's a bolt in there that we got to remove. And once that gets removed, then there's little C-clips on your axle that you remove, and once you do that, the axle slide right out and you get to the bearings and the seals. Pop the seals out, pop the bearings out, put new ones in, reverse order. So that is everything in a quick and abrupt way. So let's get to this. All right, getting up in here, you want to loosen up the e-brake. Once you loosen up the e-brake, you can pop the caliper off. Once you pop the caliper off, this rotor should just pop off. Should be super simple and easy. Hopefully it doesn't give us a struggle. While you're doing this, I would definitely check your brakes, check your rotor, check your caliper. Make sure these lines are good while you're back here, because why not? You're already back here doing everything else. So just make sure everything's good and you don't have to deal with it later. When you do this, do both axles whenever it comes down to the bearings and the seals, because why do this all a second time to waste gear oil, waste all your time when it takes another 10 minutes to pop this stuff out. So let's get back to it and pop the other wheel off and then start working on these e-brakes and calipers. So I'm using a 7/8 on my impact just to get all this stuff off. It's pretty simple, so just to let you know. Well, back to it. The easiest way to take this cable off is use a pry bar, pry this upward, and then you got to pull this spring back and you just lift this over this little shape right here. You can see that, and it just pops off. So pretty simple. E-brake's off. So next, all right, hop up under here. We got the e-brakes done on both sides. This diff cover's got to come off, but there's a drain on this axle right here. So we use a 3/8 style wrench and pop that off. Got to find the filler hole, and it's probably over here on this side. Normally they are, especially on Chevys. These look like either 1/2 inch or 9/16. We'll get all these off, clean this whole thing up once we get all this off, and drain the oil and get it ready and prepped to be put back on once we get done with pulling these axles. So let's get all this work done. Well, this thing's pretty nasty. It's got 450,000 miles on this truck, so yeah. I'd say it looks pretty good. The teeth on here look good. I don't know if this was ever changed out, but it's still going. But that's why you got oil leaks and bearings going out and everything else. So we are going to get in here, and I got to put it in neutral, and then we're going to rotate this over because we got to get to the other side. There is a bolt in there holding this pin in, and once we do that, we'll be able to unlock the axles. So we're going to rotate it over and let it drain out a little bit more. We'll probably spray it a little bit with some brake cleaner and everything, clean everything out. And then we'll pop the brakes off and then pop the axles off. And that should be the gist of getting all that done. All right, we're going to take the calipers off. These are a 12mm bolt right here. And then these are an 18 right here. So we're going to pop these off, and then we can pull the rotor off. So we're going to go ahead and knock all those out and set the caliper up on the leaf spring so it's out of the way, it doesn't fall. Pop this off and get ready to go back under there for the diff and pull that C-clip and that bolt out. So let's knock this out. All right, here's the bolt. It's a small bolt. I think it's an 8mm. So I'll pop me a wrench in there and loosen it up. Don't let that pin fall out. You'll have a time getting it out after that. So be careful with that. And then we'll rotate back up and get the window so that we can get the axle C-clip out. So with this bolt, which is rounded off completely almost, I want to give a big shout out to OLSA Tools. I've got extraction wrenches right here, and this thing is magic. I've used about 4 different wrenches. I've used some Nipex Cobras. I've heated the bolt up trying to get it off, and I stuck this on there, and as soon as I stuck it on there, once it slipped on, I rotated it and it just started moving. So the extraction wrenches are by far one of the best investments you can ever have when it comes to stripped bolts. So yeah, get you a set because this was crazy. So let's finish this up real quick. All right. My pins out. All right, this pin holds these spider gears in place, the top and the bottom. Make sure you do not lose where they go because they will spin out and pop out, and then you're going to have some issues getting them back in. But as you see, we got the axles. Now we're just going to push them in, and the C-clip should just be right there, and we'll pull it out. So let's do that. All right, C-clip is right here. See if I can get something in here and pull this thing out. And then we'll go to the second one. So there we go. Popped out the wrong way. So now we can pull this axle out, and that'll be nice and easy. Alright, so here's the seal. It looks pretty crummy. Need new seals probably, and new bearings. So we gotta get the seal puller, pull it out, which can be a pry bar if you really want it to be, because this has to be replaced. You can already see it's leaking everywhere, all over the hub and everything else. So we'll do that. This brake shoe, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't even have to take it off. We're going to go ahead and get the other axle out, and then get the bucket and put it up under here, because once you pull this seal out, you're gonna have fluid pouring out. So let's get another bucket, let's get the other axle out, and start cleaning. There we go. All right, well, we got the seal out, as you saw. This axle bearing and a 2-pound slide hammer, they don't work together. I'm gonna have to get something bigger, an actual bearing puller, because this is not working. I've been heating it up and everything else is just not working. So we'll get back to it after I head to the hardware store or automotive store and get me a bigger slide hammer or an actual bearing puller. So be right back. Well, I'm back from the parts store on the next day. I went and got the bigger slide hammer from Harbor Freight and their bearing puller. So yeah, I also got the correct bearings and everything else from the parts store, as well as the seals and gear oil. But yeah, helps to have the right tools. So we're going to put this in and knock this thing out. Like I said, all I got to do is just remove that bearing, pop the new one in, and then the seal in, and we're good to go. Then do the other side, and then do the the axle cover or diff cover back there with some new right stuff on it. And already cleaned the bolts in the parts cleaner, so they should go in really good right after this. So let's knock this out. Well, the 2.5-pound sledge, or I keep saying sledgehammer, slide hammer, yeah, that was hurting my hand and it wasn't working. This took 2 little hits, and guess what? It's out. It's right there. That was from the 5-pound slide hammer. Now we're cleaning this out. Everything looks good. No nicks or anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean this out real quick, get the new bearing pushed back in. Got my bearing installer and seal installer right here. Oop, if I can get it, there you go. So that little kit, we'll knock these things back in and be done. All right, put that right there. We're gonna measure up for bigger. Perfect. The bearing is installed, been greased and everything else and installed. Now we got this seal. We're going to push this in, and then we're going to hammer it in. Perfect. All right, it's in. A little grease. Oil down there. All right, well, now we're up under the truck. We've got both C-clips in, the axles put in place, and then we got this pin right here put in with the bolt. So now we just need to clean up around that area with some brake cleaner and get the bolts ready, and then we'll put in the right stuff and seal it up, let it sit for a little bit for the cure time. And then after that, we'll fill it up full of diff fluid and we should be good to go. I still have to put the brakes on, but while I wait on the gasket maker to make a gasket, I'll get that done. So let's do that. brakes are back on. The e-brake's a pain, so have fun with that. Diff is about to be locked up completely. It's been sitting for about 15 minutes. Then we'll take the plug out and fill it up. There's the bottom plug, top plug. You can see it back there, kind of partially off right about there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get these wheels on. Then we're gonna snug the diff down and fill it full of fluid. All right, well, we are done. You hear that in the background? That's me cleaning up one of my tools. Well, a wire brush. I'm hoping it's working. It might be. Send some degreaser. We'll see when it gets done. So, yeah, it wasn't too difficult. You see it's not here anymore, it's on the road. So my recommendation for anyone doing this job needs to get something like this, and I'll put one in the description below off Amazon. Something like this, which is the 3-piece bearing or rear bearing axle puller set. And then a bearing race seal driver set. So you want to get one of those. You want to get one of these. If I can open it. And then you definitely, if you're going to do this any more than once, need a kit like this. And that's my recommendation for kits and everything else, because either you borrow it from AutoZone or somewhere like that, or you buy yourself one. I buy them because I will use them again. I like doing this. One tool I forgot to mention real quick is the OLSA Tools extraction wrenches. These sit in my drawer for anything and everything. They are amazing. Check them out in the link in the description below. They're worth it. Worth every penny whenever you have a bolt or anything else that needs extracted. So, like I said, for the win, that saved me because I could not get that bolt off the rear chunk until I used that. So check them out in the link in the description with everything else. But if this helped you out, give me a like, give me a subscribe or anything else. Give me a comment below. I know sometimes my videos are jacked up, but hey, I get the work done and I show the results. The result is it's not here anymore. And we're cleaned up, and it's not a big deal. I went to AutoZone 4 times today. It's a pain in my butt, but we got the stuff done because I had a my last time was because I had a seal that decided to have the spring on the interior just pop off right when it was installed, and then me trying to pull it off with the seal puller, it broke it. So I went and bought another one. $8, they gave me 10% off. Took care of taxes, but that's how it goes. So if you like this kind of stuff, check us out, subscribe. If you like other stuff like welding and fabrication and whatnot, subscribe to my other channel, which is going to be at the end of this video, which is called 251 Designs. We're working on a Harbor Freight press right now. We've got a few things done to it and changed out to a pneumatic jack, changed out to a pedal, and we're going to do a couple other things very soon. All I have to do is start cutting some metal. The designing is done. But yeah, thanks for joining in, and until next time.